Hey y'all, hi. Okay, what does an influencer who is also a grown woman, i.e. me, default to using on her face when the house is a mess, when it's been a very stressful month, when my toe has been broken, my child was sick for an entire week? A blemish of this magnitude is unusual for me these days. Kind of says it all. You know, in situations like this, what they say is that cream rises. I mean, they don't say that about situations like this. I'm saying it about situations like this. In times of total chaos, the cream of the crop, the cream of the beauty products crop rises to the top, and that's what I'm going to be sharing today. I'm just going to put on makeup using, and also I'm going to tell you what skincare I've been using, because when this happens, when one has a month, I need to stop referring to myself as one. When I have a month, such as the month I've just had, it's just under duress, the truth is revealed, okay? And I think that it's a good context in which to review and reveal the skincare and makeup of the moment in the life of HLP. Me, myself. One, hannahlouiseposton.com/youtube.net.edu/videos. Let's start. This blemish is not because I haven't been using a vast and complex skincare routine. It's hormonal. It's just bad luck, bad timing. What I have been using, it's like I've been in that mode where you just have to let go. It's like tunnel vision, life tunnel vision that happens from time to time. And in that mode, I'm like, okay, I need simple but very powerful skincare products that I can use easily and remember to use. And this is what it's ended up being. And I've actually been really happy with the results, because you might be able to tell that with the exception of this one blemish, my skin actually looks pretty great for somebody who's been like failing at taking care of herself for a month, you know? The Timeless Vitamin C Serum, I think it's the best one on the market. And it's not expensive. It's amazing. And I've been a devotee of this for years. And I've tried so many other vitamin C's, things that have like cycled through my life, because again, brands are sending them around. They're trying to get people to talk about them on camera, as I am now doing about the one from Timeless. It's been 6-7 years that I've known about this product, and I always seem to come back to it. And it's partly because it's so affordable for a really good, genuine vitamin C that's packaged in a way that doesn't oxidize. You know, it's like airtight and light safe. This is the 10% vitamin C and ferulic acid, and it's almost empty. I cannot believe I sacrificed what might have been the last squirt of it just to show you the texture, but I did. It's watery, it soaks right in, but it leaves a nice finish. I was feeling, as I went into this chaotic month, like my skin was sort of textured and just unhappy, and maybe I had been using too much random stuff. But I basically triaged everything away and started using this vitamin C serum pretty much twice a day, which is maybe not recommended, but that's all I could handle. Almost every day, I've been putting a squirt of this onto my face as the first skincare that hits my face after it has been cleansed. It's been amazing. I actually feel like my skin has been getting glowier over the course of the month, and so I had to tell you. And it's also an empty. This is kind of an empties video. It's almost done. I'm going to buy some more. This also came in PR. It's also almost empty. This is the other thing that I've been doing. Sometimes I've had a little more capacity and I've worked in some like hyaluronic acid serums here and there, but really a lot of days it's been like that and this. This is a skincare brand called Then I Met You, the Bong² Bounce Cream. I think I might have failed to capture effective footage of that substance, but it looks like a gel. It is a gel cream, okay? It's a gel cream, and usually of a gel cream you would not be able to expect a fairly occlusive moisturizing layer to wear overnight. But this one, it's amazing. I put on a pretty thick layer at night, and it keeps my skin soft and hydrated all night. And if I put on a layer in the morning, if I happen to also use it in the morning, which I pretty frequently have been doing because I just like cannot think outside the box of the two things that are right there on my vanity, the finish is really beautiful. Like it's really pretty for day. It leaves sort of a glass skin finish. So it's like a random moisturizer in a jar that came in PR, and I was like, I'll try it. And I started using it and it sort of blew me away. So those two products have really been my go-to. When I sit down to do makeup, I'm going to see how much I can get out of it. But I've been using the Road Glazing Milk. I think I've used it up. Okay. We have enough to like put it on today, but this is pretty much it. This stuff is amazing. I'm not the only one to think so. Widely recognized as amazing. My skin is a little red because I was rubbing it. That's how it always happens. But it'll calm down in a second. You know, this glow. It's milky enough and thick enough to actually add, it's not just a glow, right? It actually adds a layer of protection and it's nourishing. It's really good for the skin. It's good skincare. But then it has this stunning cosmetic effect that shows through the makeup that you put on, stays throughout the day. It's just the best at its job. I just like really, really respect that product. And I feel like it is what has been allowing me to fake it on camera and in my real life over the course of this month when I've been pretty wretched and my skin has often felt pretty wretched. I use that and it's like, oh, she is calm. She has a quiet morning. She has a morning routine. She does the seven step method or whatever. No, it's just like one hastily applied layer of road glazing milk. So that's what it's been. That has like been it for skincare. And then when it comes time to put on makeup, I have been doing a lot of color correcting so that I don't have to put on too much base product, that's something I've done a lot. And I've talked about a lot on camera. I've really been leaning into it lately though, because I've been using like multiple color correcting products. I forgot to put on sunscreen. Actually, I'm gonna mix a little in. I've been using this Elta MD sunscreen, which is green, and the Makeup Forever Redness Corrector Primer. So by the time my skin is moisturized, primed, and protected from the sun, I have 2 layers of green color correcting substance on my face. Multiple layers, multiple thin layers of really nourishing, kind of plumping, toning product. So putting the Rhode on top of these 2, even though I had these on already when I sat down, but it was like from way earlier today, like a few hours ago, they were still there and the Rhode glazing milk kind of like emulsified them and sort of reinvigorated everything. And then the same thing with layering the sunscreen and the primer. It's like thin layers of everything so that my skin doesn't feel super saturated and too tacky. And again, it's like, it's hasty, it's easy. It's just, it feels like the bare minimum. But then I get to this point where I haven't even put makeup on yet. And I feel like I've really, really set myself up to be able to be faking it. You know what I mean? And to like not have to do that much, not have to cover up that much because I've gotten my skin to be in as good of shape as I can get it. And it's not just good shape. Like it's not just that it's not too terrible. It's that it has that ineffable glow of like well cared for skin, but without me having had to actually care for it. Is this the video I'm making? I guess this is how life has been lately. This is a starting point. Then I go in with this color corrector, which is also green. And it's also sort of priming. It's the Givenchy Prism Libre Skin Caring Color Corrector. It's quite pastel. And you can see it's not coverage. Like it's not adding coverage. It's not a coverage product really, even though it's called a concealer. It is more of just a neutralizer. It's really neutralized the remnants of redness that were in my skin. It didn't cover, you can see it didn't cover this really angry blemish right here, but it did neutralize a lot of the redness like in the surrounding skin. With that, it's almost like a lot of my skin doesn't need any makeup at all on top of it, especially because I've been in a hurry. I have been so scattered. It's like hard to focus on a multi-step project when you're under duress like this. And I just also, there have been a lot of balls in the air work-wise. I'm working on a bunch of videos. I'm scripting a bunch of videos. I have made a lot of videos that have been huge editing projects and have required a lot of my time on the back end, sourcing imagery, building slides. It feels like a million things are happening at once and I can barely keep up. And so makeup that I don't have to think that much about, it's like I'm just using what's right in front of me that I know works. When it comes to coverage products like concealing, the less I use, the less I have to tinker with it. You know what I mean? And then the less I have to worry about it throughout the day, whether it's gathering or cracking or getting patchy or whatever. That's why I really love these like thin glazing layers and thin color correcting layers to get my skin to this point where all I need to do is cover really visible discoloration and then bring a little life back maybe to my cheeks and then do whatever I want to do with my eyes, lips, and brows. That's like icing on the cake, which I have been doing. Next step. Usually after this, I do brows. I'll just do it quickly because I like to let all of those glossy products really soak in and dry down and become one with my skin. So I'm like going to take a little break and do something else. My brows, I did dye them about 2 weeks ago, so they're still a little darker than they would be if I hadn't been dyeing them, but at this point I'm filling them in a tiny bit. So I've been using the Refi Brow Sculpt just to set them, and then I've been using the very last scraps of this billion dollar brows micro brow pencil in Raven. I really like the cool toned light black color of this pencil, but it is essentially used up now. Like that is it for this. This is because I've been only using these products over and over again. I've like used them all up. It's like, this is everything I've been using, but this is the last time I'm going to be able to do this because everything's used up now. Let's do a little complexion. So covering this big blemish, usually I use a NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer for spot concealing, and I have actually been. I've been using this a lot during this month because it kind of works for everything. But because this is so red, I'm going to start with a little bit of more liquid concealer. So this is the NARS concealer in Chantilly, Radiant Creamy, just to like soak it into the skin. You know what I mean? And then because I'm using this, I'm going to go ahead and just use, because I opened it up, I'm going to just use a tiny bit of it on like other parts of the face that have discoloration. My chin's always like a little darker than the rest of my face, so I always put a little bit extra there. But that's all. I don't want to do too much. It did a lot. Those tiny dots of concealer. And it kind of looks like I put on a full face of foundation, you know, because it has that sort of like seamless, that like mattifying seamlessness. So now with the spot concealer, I just need to target the very center, like the really red part of that blemish. So I'll probably powder a little at the end. I have been, but I'm going to wait until I have all the rest of the makeup on. My lips are so dry. I'm actually going to do my lips next. And I also have been kind of liking that lately because I've been enjoying a richer lip. Here we have the 3 deepest colors of my Salt New York collaboration. I have just been going into this almost every single day lately. Once again, under duress, just trying to scrape it together. It's like I need something to relish. I need something on my face that feels a little fashion to get me through. And this has been it. So I've been going into this and using usually kind of like a mix, but I tend to go for corduroy first, this one right here. So I really love to go into corduroy, get a lot of it on my brush, a thick layer, really, really work it into my skin and overline a little bit so that it makes the lips like lusher. Just like fill out the vermilion border with that product and then work it into the skin, rub it into the skin, blot it a little bit so that I end up with a pretty natural feeling finish and application. And sometimes it'll just be this, but usually I then go in with a little bit of canter. I can't move on from this quad without a little bit of canter on top. It's like that little bit of grayish, that little bit of edgy that I so relish. Frankly, for me, for some days, this is a complete look. I actually love the look of like that sort of blanked out skin with a pretty strong brow, but nothing on the eyes at all, nothing on the cheeks at all, right? That really sort of ghosty face with the strong, deep, grungy lip. I really love that. But mostly these days, that isn't all that I've been doing. So I'll tell you what else I've been using. I have been getting my light quad from Salt, mixing Old Gum with Nimue, the highlight, and really glossing that all across. Actually, what I've mostly been doing is digging kind of deep into Old Gum and putting on a pretty present layer of it. Although I think I want to do less today than I've been doing because the lip is so strong. Because I did make it kind of stronger than I have been. I've usually been kind of choosing one to feature, like either a really strong cheek with a lighter lip or a fairly strong lip with a lighter cheek. But no matter what, I'm always using a lot of Nimue highlight. And I love this brush, the BK Beauty 109. I love this brush for applying these products. And actually the lip brush I've been using is also BK Beauty. It's the 204. That's what I've had out here. Those are the brushes that have risen to prominence when I like don't have time to think about what I'm using. So at this point, I will often go in with a little bit of powder, and the one that I have out is the Make Diffusion Set Translucent Pressed Powder in Translucent Fair. And I'll just hit marionette lines, definitely hit that blemish, that covered blemish, chin, T-zone. Once again, I could happily stop here. And here's the thing. I want to show you everything today. So I've been like I'm doing the most with everything. I usually do kind of choose one. I usually do some sparkle on the eyes and then keep it pretty low key on the lips, but go hard on the cheeks. Or I do just the lips and almost nothing on the rest. I'm usually just choosing one. And today I'm sort of demonstrating the glossiest, richest cheek and sort of the grungiest, deepest version of the lip. And I'm also going to show you the shiniest eye because you just have to see it. And it's so funny. It's so random and funny. We'll see how it comes together, okay? Somewhere in the Meilu, this little PR package came from ColourPop, which I just haven't thought about ColourPop in like years, right? This PR package came and I was like, So I opened it up and this was in there. Make a Toast. I have not been keeping up. I have not been checking on her. Okay, I do not know what's going on. But I saw this. It's a sheer jelly stick. And I was like, I have to put that on my eyes. And I like it because it's so quick. It's very what I'm into, but it's so quick. It's sheer, it's a little wet, but then it sets down. I don't have to open a palette. I don't have to blend with a brush. It's that sheer wet look glitter. I could even just take it down onto my cheeks if I wanted to, but I'm really happy with how my cheeks look. Can you even? With that, this shade is called Make a Toast. Who would have thought ColourPop in 2026 would be serving this to me? But what I'm trying to say is that I'm over here with plenty of very glamorous luxury options. You know what I mean? I have like Pat McGrath palettes that have similar vibes. I have my Fenty Diamond Balm. I have Victoria Beckham, you know, and instead, day after day after day, whenever I want to shine up my lids like this past month, I have been scribbling with this ColourPop jelly stick on my lids, and I've been very happy with the results. And then for mascara, I've been using Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash, and I don't really like it that much. It's what's here, okay? And so I'm just gonna put it on and show you what's been happening every day. It's like, I feel like the thing with this is that you have to just stop right away. If I keep going, they start to stick together. My instinct with the mascara is to keep building and shaping and like separating and to brush through a bunch of times. But I've just learned that if I do that, if I go and go and go, I pass this like mascara event horizon past which I cannot return, and I don't like how my lashes look. But I feel like I'm trying to stay on this side of the event horizon and I'm never quite satisfied with them. And then if I keep tinkering, I cross over. I've got to stop. Hannah, stop. Because I want them to stay fluffy. It's fine. I just don't have anything. I probably do have something I would like better. Waiting in the wings, in a drawer, maybe even in one of those drawers back there. But the way that my life has been lately is that I've literally just been, it's right here and so I use it, even though I don't love it. And these are the results. There is mascara on my lashes, but that's all I can say for it. Now, when I have time, I'm doing the fake freckles. I do feel like it's a bit much right now. I'm quite glossy. Lids are quite glossy. Lips are quite corduroy-y. But the thing about the fake freckles is that sometimes equalizes everything. Like if I feel like it's too much, sometimes you add one more thing and it makes everything work. So I wasn't gonna do the fake freckles today because I don't know, I wanted it to be pretty simple. Then I ended up doing everything and now I feel like it helps to have them because it just kind of helps everything melt together. Makes it feel maybe a little more integrated into the skin instead of all sitting on top of the skin. Is that everything? I think so. That is like everything. This is the most extreme version of what I've been doing. Again, it's been like this, but scaled back a little bit in a couple of areas every single day that I've done makeup. These are the products that have survived the madness of this time. And my plan for the video was to sort of explain why, what's in my hair, with each product as I went through. I think I did do that. I think I did review them. Either way, I hope you enjoyed spending this time with me. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, check out my book, which I will link at the top of the description box down below. And no matter what, please take as good care of yourself as you think I would wish for you. Sit quietly with yourself, treat yourself well.